How to become a priority for your Taurus man. 5 ways to make it happen. Are you tired of being on the bottom of your Taurus man's list? Here are 5 ways to make sure you are number 1 on his list. Point number 1. Give him space. One of the most difficult things about getting closer to a Taurus man is that he needs space and time to himself. He's more likely to get frustrated when you constantly want his attention and want him around you all the time. One way to be there for your man without making him feel crowded is by always giving him space. Point number 2. Define what is important. Making yourself a priority in his life is not about proving that you are valuable or good enough for him. Though it's good to know your worth and be happy with who you are, sometimes your guy needs a reminder of how much he needs you in his life. Point number 3. Empower him. It can be tough to find a balance in your relationship with a Taurus man, especially when you feel like you're always the one doing more of the work. While it's easy to get caught up in what feels like an unfair situation, there are ways that you can help him to feel as though he is a priority too. Point number 4. Reduce routine interruptions. If you want to stay on your Taurus man's radar, make sure your needs are met as well. When you're in a relationship, it can be difficult not to be so focused on the other person that we forget our own wants and needs. You may have noticed that if he's making time for himself and has a relaxing hobby, then you will feel more like a priority. Point number 5. Improve communication. Before we start, you should know that Taurus men are rooted in their love for the finer things. You can win his heart if you cultivate a love for luxury and if you find appreciation in items and pleasures he indulges in without fail. If he loves to eat out, never complain about high prices or long waits, but compliment the food and service instead. Never devalue your day with complaints, when he looks forward to every second of it by basking in the luxury of your good moods instead. He needs someone who will take the time to hear him out, so make sure you're not just one of those people who gives advice or talks too much about themselves. Even if you disagree with what he says, show that it doesn't bother you by patiently listening and engaging in conversation rather than making assumptions based on what little information you have from what he said.